Great day for this Thursday, and on Thursdays we always have a chance to sit down and chat with Brent Roske, and sounds like Brent had a chance to sit down and chat with the Donald.
Yeah.
And want to remind people that Donald Trump is going to be back in Iowa next week. He's going to be here next Wednesday and Thursday, Jackie.
Yeah.
Wednesday he's going to be over in Waverly and Cedar Rapids. On the 29th. And then on Thursday, a week from today, he's going to be at the Scott County GOP breakfast.
Yeah.
So he have a chance to see the Donald here in Iowa coming up next week. So if you are interested in that, make some plans and join him.
Obviously getting very excited about being here in Iowa and making his presence known, but was in for town just a brief moment, actually, or stopping at a couple different places, and Brent Roske was able to get an interview.
One of the stops. Let's check it out. Good morning and welcome back to Great Day. It is time to visit with Brent Roske there, Jason Parkin.
Yeah, one of our favorite people on the show, always has some insight that you won't see anywhere else. And Brent, I think this week you talked to the Donald.
I lost my suit.
What are you wearing?
I know. This is rare. I try to look nice when I come on the show here, but this is different because, as we know, Iowa Cubs opener happened just last Friday.
That's right.
And I was there. If you tune in to Sunday's broadcast of Roske on Politics, you'll see I basically did the show from there.
Oh, cool.
You know, I had the opening day crowds before the game, and then a guy named Blair Lawton, who actually runs the group Run, Warren, Run. They're the Elizabeth Warren campaign. Move On. He was there, so we chatted with the game behind us. And look, if you haven't been to an Iowa Cubs game, it's a good time.
It really is.
Now, as you can see, I went a little excited on the swag at the game. So this is one of the shirts that they sold here. This is the Des Moines Prohibitionists. This is what the I-Cubs used to be.
The Prohibitionists.
The Prohibitionists. Okay. This was in the 1880s, and then they had 1 year in 1904. And then that became, now if you look at the logo on the sleeve there,
right,
it says the Des Moines, it's DM for Des Moines.
Okay, got that part.
Becomes the Des Moines Devils. Is this hat.
Okay.
Now, I love stuff like this, as you can see. It's not exactly value priced at the gift shop there, but I couldn't help myself. So, and then that becomes, of course, the Iowa Cubs. So if you're watching this from out of state, when people say I'm going to go see a Cubs game in Iowa, it's the Iowa Cubs. They are the farm team for the Cubs. And you said something interesting. They actually have cameras, so the actual Cubs can watch them to see, because they bring up players all the time.
All the time. Yeah, they have one in center field. They pointed it out to us. We were out there just last week, and they showed us where the cameras were.
Last year, Manny from the LA Dodgers, Manny Ramirez was there, had him, and he was kind of coaching and playing. I got to see him play an inning. He swung the bat and hit the ball. So anyway, a hometown baseball. If you're in politicos, if you're coming into town this summer and into the fall to do some stuff on a campaign, check out an Iowa Cubs game. They have the running of the snacks and the whole thing.
It's fun.
Shooting the hot dog gun. And
hot dog gun.
And of course, you know, being the 23rd of the month, if the 23rd of the month falls on a home game, we're going to be there because it's KCWI night on the home games.
And it's coming up soon. There's a KCWI game
this week. Yep.
So anyway, check it out. But anyway, running out of time here because I want to show, stood up with Donald Trump just last week. He was here at a company called Cateco. Cateco is a Des Moines company. They started with literally their bowling team. They said, I want to make medical devices. They started in the 80s. Now they have over 600 employees and a huge manufacturing floor. And Donald Trump was in town meeting with them and was so kind to give me exclusive access to chat with him. So here's me chatting with Donald Trump. Welcome back to Roske on Politics. Standing here with someone who needs no introduction, Mr. Donald Trump. Welcome back to Iowa, sir.
Thank you very much.
So we're here at Cateco. It's a family-run business. Started literally the People's Bowling team back in the 80s, and now hundreds of employees in a very busy trip for you to Iowa. Why did this make the schedule today?
Well, we wanted to see it. They've done a fantastic job. It's a wonderful company. They're terrific people, and the employment is so incredible. I guess they said over 400 people, and their product is amazing. So a few of my people thought it was something really great that I should see, and it really was worthwhile.
Now let's talk about Iowa in a larger sense. You are arguably one of the most well-known businessmen on the planet. You could be doing just about anything else that you want to.
That's right.
What has you so compelled to, even at this stage, be tiptoeing in the waters of presidential politics?
Well, I'm looking at it very seriously. Our country, which I love very dearly, is going to hell, to put it very nicely. It's in trouble. We have incompetent people at the leadership. You look at the Iran deal, you look at the 5-for-1 deal with Bergdahl. We have a terrorist, and we've traded for this terrorist. We give up 5 people that are out looking to kill everybody, including you and including everybody else here. And these are the deals that we make. We don't know what we're doing, whether it's Benghazi or IRS, and we just have people that are incompetent running the country. The politicians are all talk. They're no action. I've dealt with them all my life. They're never going to straighten out the country. We own $18 trillion. It's going up rapidly, and we're going to be Detroit. Very soon, this country is going to be Detroit. And I said, I love my business. I love what I do. I built a great business, one of the really great businesses, some of the great assets of the world. But I'll tell you what, I love the country more. And somebody has to get involved and get this country straightened out.
Now, you mentioned last time we chatted, you just mentioned the $18 trillion deficit. You mentioned last time we talked, once it hits maybe 21 or 22, that's a real red flag zone. Why is that? It already seems large, but
well, once it hits 24, it's a disaster. It's Greece, it's Detroit, it's a total disaster. And we're going up rapidly. At 21, 22, big trouble. That's really the red flags. And already at 18, you have the red flags all over the place. Then you look at what China's doing to us, where they're just ripping us like never before. You look at Brazil and Mexico and Japan, any country you'd name. We don't make good deals. We have all bad deals. And we have to take back our jobs, one of the reasons I'm here. We have to take back our jobs, and we have to take back our money, because they're rebuilding China, they're rebuilding all of these countries. Every country that deals with us walks away because we have people that truly are incompetent and don't know what they're doing.
Now, your appearance here in the state, second time in 2 months, goes to how you feel about Iowa, but where do you think the Iowa caucus, the importance of it, will be in the upcoming election?
Well, we'll have to see. I mean, my message is simple. I'm very different than every other candidate. I know them all. Most of them have asked me my support. They'd like me to support them. I know every one of them, and many have been to my office recently. But they are all talk. They are no. I mean, it's just a shame what's going on with the country. So we're going to see. Now, my message will get through or it won't get through. Maybe people say, "Oh, well, you can't treat China like that." Well, China is not our friend. I mean, what they're doing to us is incredible. By the way, they take our money, they manipulate their currency. After they have all of our money, they then loan it back. We owe them trillions of dollars, and then on top of it, our dollar goes up, so the money that they've loaned us is much more valuable to them. So it's a whole charade that's being played. And we have people at the leadership, including our president, that doesn't have a clue, not even a clue.
You've not announced yet. If you decide, say, not to run, is there someone in the list of potentials that you like?
Well, I'm going to give a lot of surprises, and I think you're going to see something that's going to maybe surprise you. You know, the polls are very good with me when people think I'm running. And the other day a poll came out, the Monmouth poll, and it was very, very strong. I was ahead of most of the candidates that are running, and people said, that's amazing, because you know, what has he even done in terms of this? I mean, I built a great business. People know that. I do a great job with that. Also, made a lot of money dealing with China and a lot of these other countries. I know how to deal with them. Our country doesn't know how to deal. So I'm going to make a decision in the not too distant future, and it may surprise a lot of people.
So obviously well known for your business background, money talks, you've been very successful. Is a possible presidential campaign for you going to be centered more on the dollars and cents of the American economy and leave more social issues to state government and Congress? Or where do you see that dividing on if you're deciding?
I think everything, and I think a lot of issues should come back to the state level, and certainly Common Core education should be at a state level. It's so ridiculous where Bush, who's running, the last thing we need is another Bush, but Bush is running and he's totally in favor of Common Core, which is essentially let the federal government run your education. He's very, very weak on amnesty. He's very weak on immigration. If you remember his statement and it's love. They come over for love. What's that all about? So I don't see him. I don't see other people. We'll see what happens. But I will tell you, I am looking at it very seriously. And if I decide to do it, we will make America great again. We're going to start by making America rich again. We're going to take back our jobs from China, and it won't even be tough. We're going to take our jobs back from China. We're going to bring in so much money. One other thing I do that no other candidate would do, and I've said it very strongly, I'm not going to cut Social Security. I'm not going to cut Medicare or Medicaid. I'm going to end Obamacare and get something much better, because Obamacare is a disaster for everybody, including the people. It's a horrible plan. But I'm not going to cut Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. I'm going to make the country rich so that we don't have to cut it.
Two last questions. Hillary Clinton's email kerfuffle, something there or no?
It's a disaster. I mean, it's unbelievable. Rosemary Woods with Nixon, 8 minutes, and it destroyed her life. It's incredible. And one of the things I say, and I'm a Republican, I'm a conservative, but why are the Republicans going after this? It is a total disaster. She shouldn't have been allowed to do it. She gets a subpoena, and then she wipes it out. So we'll see what happens. But I don't hear that much talk about it anymore. It's incredible.
Final question. You're in Iowa today. Future trips to Iowa planned right now?
Many. And we set records today. We had many meetings today which have set records, and we went over to, this is literally, I left New York at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to get back 12 o'clock in the evening. It's a pretty long day. And I will say that every place that we went, we set a record today, and we're very proud of that, and we had a lot of fun.
Donald Trump in Des Moines, Iowa. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Notice the lower graphic on that said next Senator Jim Webb and Governor Martin O'Malley. If you tune in Sunday, you will see those interviews from the Polk County Awards dinner. But thanks to Mr. Trump and his team for setting that up. I appreciate it.
I think he likes you.
I do too.
Same here.
It's fun to have a chat with someone at his status, and as you know, it's a bipartisan show looking for cooperation. So we endeavor to find those moments.
That is great. Great job. We'll be right back. You're